What's up, guys? This is Roger here from the Reef. Who else would it be? And I'm going to tell you about my experience with the Elegance coral. I know this is kind of a really opinionated, care level topic about it, but I want to give you my past 6 months, no, not 6 months, 3 months with it. I'm going to give you my experience the last 3 months with it. Normally, every horror story I read says it makes it about a month and then it starts to wither and die. So I'm going to make a little update video now, and then I'm going to make one, as time goes on. But I'm going to tell you about the first 3 months I've had with it. I'm not saying this is a success story at all. I'm saying this is my experience with this coral. Originally, this was in the 10-gallon tank under a very narrow spectrum of light under the AI Nano. And from what I read, these corals are harvested from a lot deeper and deeper light, so reds and greens and those really slow-moving wavelength lights aren't hitting these corals when they're harvested. So that's why I thought, it wouldn't do so well under the Radion, it should go into the AI Nano since it's only going to hit blues and whites. So I put it in there and it did wonderful for about, I want to say 3 or 4 weeks. Then the clownfish started to host it, and you can tell it did not like it at all. It shriveled up to about the size of its skeleton, which is about the size of this crocea clam here, which is about that size. So it shriveled up, and it's a massive coral when it's fully extended. It's about 9-inch flesh and 4 inches tall. It gets massive, and it all retracted into its skeleton when the clownfish would even go near it. So I'm like, okay, I do know that these do not like being hosted. You could probably get them used to being hosted, not something I want to risk because it is the most expensive thing in this tank right now. So I removed it from the 10-gallon. Rather than removing Parker, the clownfish, I removed the Elegance and I put it in the 29, knowing that the red and green spectrum is clearly evident in this light. I didn't so much think about it because I was more focusing on getting its tissue back and healthy instead of being ripped apart by Parker. And you can go see how much Parker actually thrashed around in that video I posted a couple months ago called Parker and Elegance Love. What I thought would be really cool, but if the Elegance just couldn't handle it. Also, once I moved it over, it was very picky finding its spot. At first, on the old aquascape, I had it over here on the right side, underneath a shelf, kind of in the shade, and it extended really nice. But over the course of a while, it started, go back down to adjust into its a size similar to this. And I noticed it hasn't gotten much, fluffier than this. And this is actually the best it's looked in a while. Is it focused there? I'm sorry about the color on this camera, guys. It's not the best. But just after the aquascape, I didn't have a shelf like that and enough room for it. So what I did was I put it in the back, and I dropped down the spectrum, or not down the spectrum, I dropped down the intensity, and I also moved the light down. So it's less intense light, but it's also a little bit more focused. And what I've noticed is that it actually looks about the same after it adjusted to the tank. It took a while to acclimate to this tank, but once it did, it's looked similar to this every day. And the one thing that I did notice is this coral does not like direct light all day. So what I did was I put in 3 cloudy settings on the Radion, and at 50%, so it's usually 2 times a day. So odds are it's going to hit 1 cloudy, and it's pretty cloudy for about 15 minutes. Not cloudy, it's cloudy, like, the lights dim and it makes it look like a cloud, is basically what it is. And it gives it a break and it extends during that, and it looks amazing. So giving it a break from light, keeping it in light, but giving it a break from it was also one thing that I noticed was perfect, that I did well with placing this. The next thing I noticed, I don't know if it was a coincidence or not, but Aquavitro, ever since I started using Aquavitro, I've noticed that it stayed open longer. Not so sure if that's a coincidence with the lights and the flow and it acclimating or not, but I just thought it's a good thought to throw out there. And the last thing I want to talk about is feeding it. I talked to Jay Madden, who must have had an Elegance, and he told me debone silverside. So what I did was I just sliced the back off a little silverside, and I placed it right in these tentacles. So if you place it here, it won't shut up. It won't shut up, like it won't close it and open its mouth and eat it. You have to place it in the tentacles, and it'll bring it to whatever mouth that it wants. So what I did is I just put one here, and then I put one over there, And what I noticed is it's a very, very, very slow eater, and that my flame would come and try and pick at the silver side out of the Elegance. So what I had to do is I had to sit there with my algae scraper that's on a big stick. I had to sit there and I had to protect it while it closed, slowly closed around it and ate it. It's a very, very, very slow eater. Like if you think of eaters like the anemone and the plate and the brain here, they're speed eaters compared to the Elegance. So if you are looking into getting an Elegance, I hope these first 3 months have given you kind of an insight of what you might go through. And I will also continue this update process on the Elegance because it probably is the most fragile coral I have in here, other than maybe this Dissolweed SPS. But even that I think is easy to take care of compared to this Elegance. It's definitely a very picky coral, but it is one of the favorites. It is one of my favorites, and once you get it adjusted to the spectrum and it's all colored up and it's all acclimated, it really is a beautiful coral. So I hope these first 3 months of my experience with it kind of helped you decide whether you want one, you can have one, or kind of what it takes to have one for 3 months like I did. But like I said, this is not a how to take care of an Elegance video. This is my first 3 months of experience with the Elegance, and I sure hope that my experience with the Elegance lasts another 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. I really want this. This is my favorite coral, and it definitely deserves the showpiece in the tank. Just the brain is a little too big. So hopefully I can find a nice dominating spot for it. I was actually thinking, right here, move this rock out, move the deep water, put it right here. It's a little close to the frog spawn, but I think that would be a nice, crown piece right in front of this rock here. Then I could put something back there, something less cool. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you learned a little something, and I'll continue to update the Elegance every couple months and let you know what's changed and how it's doing, and problems that arise from it. And thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns about an Elegance, write it down in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to give my best input or find some research that I can give to you for it. And that's all I can really do. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you later.